Hey guys, welcome back to Steph's Deluxe Kitchen. I'm Steph and this is my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make keto everything bagels. They're low carb, gluten free, and so yummy and super easy to make. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that you're going to need in order to make these everything bagels. You're going to want to get some almond flour. I like the super fine almond flour. You're gonna need 2 eggs, and I like to bake with eggs that are room temperature, so you may want to leave them out a little bit before you start making them. You're gonna want some cream cheese, some mozzarella cheese, and you're gonna shred that, a little bit of salt, some gluten-free baking powder, and this yummy everything bagel seasoning blend. And you can get that at whatever grocery store. And that's all you're gonna need to make this. You're gonna get a baking sheet and some parchment paper, and that's it. And I'll show you how to make those. All right, let's get started. Before you make anything, you're gonna want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. I have already pre-measured all of my stuff to save some time, and I will let you know how much of each ingredient to use. So you're gonna mix all of your dry ingredients first. And so to start, you're gonna have 1.5 cups of your almond flour. So you'll just toss that into your mixer. And I have measured out my baking powder and salt, and that is 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You'll just toss that in there too. I don't know why I got stuck in there. And your 2 eggs. I've already cracked this, and it's best to crack your eggs in a separate bowl to make sure that there's no shells or anything wrong with the eggs. So crack them in something separate, and then you're gonna put them in with your dry ingredients. And you're gonna give it a swirl. Gonna get that all mixed together. Okay, that looks really good. So the next thing you're gonna add is your cheese, and that is your 2.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese and 2 ounces of cream cheese cubes. You're gonna wanna pop that in the microwave for about 2 minutes. So I'm gonna go do that. Okay, so my cheese has melted. That was 2 minutes in the microwave on high. And you're gonna wanna put that in with your dough. So I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as I can. Just pour it in there. If you like spice, like these are just plain bagels with the everything spice on top. If you like flavor to your bagels, you can always add garlic or onion powder, any kind of spice that you like to give your bagels a little bit more flavor, but these are just plain bagels with the everything spice, and they're so good and super simple. All right, so pop that in there, and you're gonna give that a swirl. Okay, so it looks like my dough is mixed pretty well. I did it on probably a medium speed because you want to get that cheese to blend really well with the dry ingredients with the eggs. The cheese kind of hardens if you wait too long, so a medium speed seems to be pretty good. So this dough is super sticky, so I'd advise you to have a separate bowl with water in it so that you can wet your hands when you're forming the shapes of the bagels. It makes it easy for me to do that. And these make about, well, depending on how big you like your bagels, probably 5 to 6 regular size bagels. So I'll show you what my dough looks like. It's super sticky, like I told you. So it should look like that. I hope the camera can see that. So it's, like I said, it's super sticky. All right, so I already have my baking sheet ready with some parchment paper. I'm gonna scoot that over and get my stuff set up here. So I have just a regular cookie sheet, baking sheet, and some parchment paper. So you could do it right on here. You can form your bagels right on there, or you could do it on a separate sheet. I like to form like the dough balls and put it over here so I can have equal shapes, and then form them and lay them on my sheet. But whatever is easiest for you, you don't have to use a separate sheet if you don't want to. So let's see how many this will make. Just reach in there, kind of form a ball. And like I said, it's sticky, so have some water on the side just to wet your hands. We'll see how many this makes. So it looks like mine's gonna make 5 bagels. So again, it just depends on how big you like your bagels. They kind of expand a little bit in the oven, not too much, but so there, mine made 5. Now we're gonna get to rolling. So now you just wet your hands, form a little ball, and you're just gonna make the bagel shape. Just form it. And this too depends on how big you make it. Just form a little circle, pinch the edges together, and then place it on your baking sheet. Okay, so now I've formed my bagels into bagel shapes. And now this is the time you're gonna wanna put the everything seasoning blend on. And there's no real way to do this other than I just sprinkle it on top. That's about it. And you can put as much as you like or as little. I like a lot. So I put a lot on. And sometimes I give it a little press, make sure it's really stuck on there. Because this dough is so sticky, some people have the bowl of the spice on the side and then they dip the top of their bagel in it before they place it on their tray. But for me, the dough is too sticky to do that, so I just do this. Or whatever you like to do, it's fine. This seasoning is so yummy. All right, that looks really good. Okay, so now that I put all of the seasoning on, you're going to put it in your oven that's preheated to 400 degrees, and you're gonna bake it for 10 to 15 minutes or until they're a little bit golden. Okay, so my bagels are done. That was 400 degrees for 15 minutes. They're golden brown. I'll show you. They're still really hot, so I'll show you the bottom. They're a little goldeny, and they swelled up a little bit. They don't expand, they kind of puff up, so your hole might disappear. And it just depends on how you shape your bagel. So if you shape it with a bigger hole, when it puffs up, your hole will still be there, if that matters to you. But they smell really good. They're easy to make. They're keto, low carb, and gluten free. So you can't go wrong. They're super yummy. And I hope you try it. Thanks for watching Steph's Deluxe Kitchen. I'm Steph, and this is my kitchen. Until next time. Hey guys, it's Steph from Steph's Deluxe Kitchen. Have you been